So hi guys, I'm Raghav. Welcome to the Sports Talk, and मेरे साथ है श्रीकांत. Hello Shrikant.
Hello, Raghav.
Welcome. And he is a very famous MMA fighter in India. He needs no introduction. So, hi Shrikant. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Raghav.
So, I wanted to ask you. Captain Crazy is your stage name.
Yeah.
So it is a very bold stage name to go with.
Yeah. Okay.
तो मतलब आपने Captain Crazy ही क्यों choose करा?
I don't know. In my last interviews, also I've said the same thing, and now also I say the same thing. The name just came from somewhere.
Right.
Because maybe I did a lot of stupid things when I was growing up.
Okay.
Like my parents did not know I was doing MMA.
Okay.
They always knew I was studying. I was in college.
Right.
And then by the time I was doing my MBA also, they did not know I was doing MMA.
Oh.
And suddenly, they see me in the newspapers when I did won my first MMA was telecasted live.
Right.
And then after that, during my MBA's they got to know like I was doing MMA.
Oh, seriously?
And
right.
I had no money. I borrowed money from my friends. I did whatever was possible those days.
Right.
Because I was very crazy about fighting.
Right.
Because I wanted to be someone in the sport.
Right.
From the very
beginning.
Yeah, from the very beginning, from day one.
Right.
I was always crazy about things, and then suddenly, I still don't know how this name came up, but it came up and it got stuck to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice. And this is what timeline? When did you get this stage name? This is 2000 SFL days.
I don't know. I think before that.
Okay.
Before that one, maybe in the gym.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So sometimes you just sit down and start procrastinating, what you want to do, how you want your career to be, and how you want someone to introduce you to the world, how things like that. You sleep, you're young, you are with so much enthusiasm and energy, and you want to visualize yourself how others want to visualize you, right? To have a perception about who you are.
Right.
So this name just kicked in,
and does this name have anything to do with your fight style as well?
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's nice. So you reflect your style as well.
Yeah.
That's great.
Thank you.
And in terms of MMA, since from when you started to where you are now, you must have also seen a lot of transitions in the scene as well, like the whole MMA scene during the SFL days to, gradually evolving here. So what is the major difference that you think that has, come up now? And in terms of opportunities as well, हम मतलब अभी कितनी आगे हैं from when you started, you were one of the pioneers of Indian MMA. So in that sense.
What are the major changes? The first major change is education.
Right.
A lot of people these days are very educated about MMA.
Right.
They know what it is. It's not just like cockfighting or street fighting. It's nothing like that.
Right.
So now they understand their rule sets. You cannot hit behind the head. You cannot hit the spine.
Right.
You cannot break someone's neck.
Or bite them.
Bite them and eye gouge them, things like that.
Right.
So in those ways, a lot of people are understanding MMA is way safer than boxing.
Right.
Because in boxing, your hitting areas are basically your head and your body. That's it.
Right.
And
so the concussions that you receive is.
Right. So on an average, if an MMA guy has 5 fights in an amateur circuit in a year, he will get hit in his head probably 200 or 300 times.
Right.
But on an average, if you're doing boxing and you're having 5 fights, you're basically getting hit more than 1,000 times.
Right.
So
in the longer run,
in the longer run, it's a difficult sport.
Right.
And so that's the major change. People are
aware of it.
Aware of things these days.
Right.
So it has made the game very easily accessible to people.
Right.
Now the parents know, so the kids also know.
Right.
Now when the kids, they want to go train jiu-jitsu, or they want to do kickboxing, or they want to do any kind of martial art, the parents know what is the danger area, the red zones, and what is the green areas, the go zones. So they can differentiate, and this way, if the parents are well aware of things, and that is how a sport grows. Or else, like if a parent is not allowing a kid to go do anything, then how will a sport grow?
Right, true. Yeah. And I think in terms of like the sport quality as well, like earlier we would only see boxers or wrestlers, but now people are also mixing it very well.
Yeah, like, so now it's MMA, right? So,
so MMA is a complete sport.
Sport now.
Yeah. I think mainstream media also helped, like hip hop, movies on MMA. There is so much where MMA is that anyone who even doesn't know what it is, उनको अब ये नहीं लगता. पहले तो लगता था कि बस पिंजरे में लोग लड़ रहे हैं. And it was just like people didn't even think these are matches. They just thought there is grudge fights. And then now they are a lot more aware. Like there is a whole structure to it.
Definitely.
Right. So since you've been in the scene for so long, you've also have had international exposure, or you've worked with athletes or fought athletes who are not from India or outside. So what difference do you see in them and us, like in terms of facilities, and also in terms of, I would say, just skill, your mindset, ऐसे चीजों में, because a lot of athletes who go out, they get intimidated पहले ही कि ये तो बाहर का है, तो मतलब preset है, assumed है काफी लोगों का. So to break that stereotype. And also in terms of the facilities and organizational, unka structure kaisa hai, hamara kaisa, if you would shed some light on it.
Sure. So the basic difference is training environment.
Right.
In India, like when I started training, we never knew how mat felt.
Right.
Because I started in 2010, 2011.
Oh, right.
And it's way back.
Right.
And those days, interlocking mats were not available in India.
Right.
So we never understood how mat felt.
Right.
So my first mats were, what do you say? Carton boxes.
Right.
So carton boxes on carton boxes.
Okay.
And you tape them with brown tape.
Right.
So double carton box, brown tape, and then make a big one.
Right.
And then you train there. So that is how I started training.
Yeah.
And I still have those pictures with me.
Wow.
How to train.
Right. So there's no infrastructure either.
No, nothing. And then boxing bag, I went to a lot of places to buy a boxing bag. People did not have boxing bag because no one was asking for boxing bag.
Right.
So abhi karna kya? Now you put sand in bags, and then maybe some old clothes in bags.
Right.
Make a big bag and start punching and kicking. So things started like that.
Yeah.
The sport did not grow because of any movie, or did not grow because of any outside influence. It basically grew just because of the interest of athletes who wanted to compete.
Right.
And these are the athletes who made other athletes have interest in things.
Right.
Right. Like we never had mats or boxing bags or facilities. I never even had a coach.
Right.
It was very easy for me to give up.
Right.
If I gave up, imagine there are so many guys who are looking up to me.
Right.
Now they are looking up to me.
Right.
No one knew me back then.
Right.
So imagine I gave up long back.
Right.
So one part of that country would have not had any interest or have had any knowledge about the sport.
Right.
So the sport in that part of the country would have died.
Right.
So in things like that. So I give it up to the athletes first.
Right.
Like athletes, they have that enthusiasm, they have that energy, they have a mindset, they have a narrow tunnel vision.
Right.
Like, no, we have to do something regarding this, because it's basically the love of the sport.
Right, true.
All the present coaches somewhere had the love of the sport from a very long time.
Right.
They went through that grind, and they
believed in themselves.
Yeah, now they are coaches.
Right.
They did a lot of mistakes.
Right.
They grew. Now it's easy for the next generation of the fighters to just follow the coach.
Right.
Whereas we never had coach.
Right.
My first coach, you won't believe, like I still this day I feel very thankful and I feel very happy thinking about it. My first coach was Dennis Allman from the UFC.
Right. That's nice.
So he already set a benchmark.
Right.
Like when that was the first coach of MMA in the country.
Right. And he was also your coach.
And he was my coach as well for 3 months.
Right.
So as soon as we get in touch with a guy like Dennis Allman, like wow, look at that guy. Like the strength is different, the grip is different, the training style is different. These guys are training 4 hours a day, and the movements are different, the mindset is different, things like that. So that changed a lot. That changed a lot. Like getting that exposure with one of the biggest names in the sport from the
very
day,
big,
from day one, that changed a lot. So you like guys uh, who like the guys who have made name these days, like Jubilee and Chungren and Angad and
you yourself, right?
Yeah, who have made names. So basically, that we all carry the same mindset because we have been in the grind from a very long time.
Right.
Okay, and now we have seen the who's who of MMA. We have trained with the who's who of MMA. So it's easy for us. Okay, like we have a fight. It's all right. We have a fight. Like,
that's professional.
He doesn't have 4 arms and 20 legs, right?
True.
2 legs, 2 arms.
Right. Another human being.
Yeah. The movements are the same. You can only jab with one arm and punch, have cross with one arm. Your right kick and left kick and elbows.
Right.
Everything is the same.
Right.
What is the difference? The difference is the mindset.
Right. True.
How you go forward to a fight. How you take that whole person as a competitor. Are you making him big in your mind, or are you making him small in your mind, or are you paying him equal respect?
Right.
So things like that, like it comes with experience, and it comes with experience and training with the right kind of people.
Right.
If you train with people who have not seen this, they will also not be able to answer your questions. And the biggest fear of anyone and everyone is not understanding or not having answers to questions.
Right.
If you don't have answers to questions, there is always doubt.
Right.
And doubt is the killing factor of all the dreams.
Right.
If you have doubt on your dreams, then it'll kill you someday.
Right. True.
And yeah, that is how it is.
Right. So my next question would be that since you said कि जैसे पहले there was no coach initially when the scene started, right? And then you were fortunate that you were coached by such a big legend, and also उसके बाद realize so many things in terms of what all aspects they work on, how to think. Because India में especially I would say grassroots level पे no one tells you how to think. Like think भी क्या मतलब there is no roadmap also. You're playing the sport, just entry, tournament, win, lose, and there is no roadmap. So how important would you say a smart coach and a roadmap is for an athlete?
It's very important. I think it's like school.
Right.
If you have not gone to school, how will you go to college?
Right.
So a smart coach is like school. Like he will teach you from everything from like day one to till you get pro, and then if he's good enough, he will only let you know like, okay, dude, like this is what I can give to you.
Right.
And I don't think I have more knowledge than this. Maybe I need to upgrade my knowledge. You should go out and explore things.
True.
And that is how a coach should be. Rather than like, you are here, you sit here, you be with me till death.
Right. That's being selfish. Yeah.
Like,
true.
Neither you are growing, neither he is growing. True. And eventually both of you will
die out.
Yeah. Then it's gone.
Right.
So having a coach, having a smart coach is very important. And in the sense like, till now I go to so many gyms. I'm asking like, what do you want to do? Is like, I want to be a MMA athlete, and I do this much grappling, that much grappling, and all these things. I'm like, do you do SNC? He's like, no. And do you do lifting? Like maybe once or twice a week. And how's your diet? It's like जब weight cut होता है तभी diet होता है, नहीं तो
okay. जो मन करता खा लेता है.
हाँ, बाकी time it's like that. Like if you are not taking care of your body all around the year,
right?
How are you thinking like you are going to perform at a certain point of time?
Right.
Like
true.
You are what your habits are.
Right.
You have a habit of doing this thing for 9 times out of 10, and suddenly in that one point of time you are like, I can change everything. That is not happening.
Right.
So a good coach is very necessary. A smart coach is very necessary in the sense, like if you talk in martial art, like jutsu is also important, boxing is also important. Now, if you have a smart coach, he will understand your plus points and minus points.
Right.
If you are a good grappler and you are a very bad striker, he will not ego boost you.
Right.
कि नहीं तेरा स्ट्राइकिंग अच्छा है तो स्ट्राइकिंग कर ले एंड ग्रैपलिंग तो वैसे भी तेरा अच्छा है.
राइट.
ओके, नाउ ही इज स्टेइंग इन अ बबल.
राइट.
जिस दिन टूटेगा वो फूट जाएगा.
वो शैटर हो जाएगा फिर.
सब चला जाएगा.
ट्रू.
Yeah. So things like having a coach is important. Right. Having a and if you're going pro, having a dietitian is important. Right. Having a SNC coach is important. Like because with time, what I have realized is like only one coach cannot take care of everything.
Right.
It's too much. There are so many coaches who want to take care of everything,
but it's not possible
because they want all the attention to themselves.
Right.
They want all the money to themselves. They want all the control of their kids to themselves.
Right.
It is absolutely not possible.
Right.
It is not possible. You imagine a small family. Imagine you have a family. You cannot go and do the job alone. You cannot come back and cook also. You cannot come back and do the utensils also. You cannot take care of the kid by yourself. It's not happening. Now you're coaching. You're coaching 20 people. How are you thinking that you can take care of everything?
Right.
It's impossible.
Bilkul.
Yeah. So then it gets segregated. Like other fighting is now segregated to strength and conditioning, to reaction training, to physiotherapy, to jiu-jitsu, to boxing, to kickboxing, to
all the aspects individually.
Yeah, to maybe on a weekend if you have a good running team, you're very nice. Like you can just go chill out, go for a long run. Things like that. So you have to have all these things for just one person to play one fight.
Right. Oh shit.
Okay.
So it is an individual sport, but still you need a very good team around you. Right.
Like I will never say MMA as an individual sport. I always say it as a team sport.
Right. True.
Like you are nothing without your team. You are nothing without your sparring partners.
True.
Imagine you have a fight and you have no sparring partner. What are you going to do?
Right.
Right.
Of
Same
course.
thing.
And your ask goes at your team is if you have killers in your team, then you will also end up being at that level.
You're always pushing each other.
Right. True.
And so in those terms, it's very important to have all these varieties in just one game.
Right.
Yeah.
And talking about strength and conditioning and recovery, I have seen a lot of people overlook recovery in India in general. Jैसे cricket को छोड़ के, just because they also have the money and R&D to put into it.
Yeah.
Most athletes, I have friends who play hockey, I have friends who are athletes, like they run long distance. वो recovery को इतना बड़ा aspect नहीं समझते. And what I have seen is Indian athletes or foreign athletes में the life of an athlete and their prime is cut short by all this then. Because foreign athletes, even footballers, you see, they play at the elite level till 36, 37. But Indian footballers are not the same after 32 or 33. Sunil Chhetri being an exception because he takes care of his body, he takes care of recovery. So in terms of recovery in MMA, what are some of the aspects that one should see? क्योंकि मैंने देखा लड़के मेहनत तो करते हैं काफी, but वो स्मार्ट ट्रेनिंग नहीं करते. वो रोज अगर कंडीशनिंग कर रहे हैं तो रोज सुपर कंडीशनिंग कर रहे हैं कि जैसे रेसलिंग में हो गया कि स्क्वाट्स करेंगे, रोप्स क्लाइंब करेंगे, बट फिर वो टेक्निकल चीजें नहीं करते, वो ड्रिल्स नहीं करते, वो पोजिशनल स्पारिंग नहीं करते. वैसे ही जैसे रिकवरी इज समथिंग दैट बहुत कम इन्फॉर्मेशन इज देयर आउट देयर. या सो व्हाट वुड योर टेक
One of the major reasons why why you don't see people spending a lot of time and effort behind recovery, because they have not really taken a kind of sport as consideration to being a career. Why it is only in cricket like people are recovering? Because they know they will be playing till 36, 37, 38.
Interesting.
Because there is money.
It's a profession.
It's a profession. Right. Now you're making money. By the time you're 24, 25, you started making money. Now you are in a you are in a chain of making money. Now you want to do that.
Right.
And that is where you start investing.
Right.
कि नहीं, मैं 7 साल निकाल लिया क्रिकेट में, मे बी और 5 साल निकाल लूंगा, मेरा फॉर्म अच्छा है, my body is breaking, and that is where I want to do recovery. Right. Most of the sport over here in India, apart from that, people don't play after the age of 26, 27, 28.
Job.
Because either there is no basic facility of the sport, there is no money behind the sport.
Right.
And then responsibility आते हैं कि जॉब करने हैं,
शादी,
हाँ, फिर पिताजी का रिटायरमेंट हो रहा है, पैसा कौन देगा, all these things.
Right.
Now you're already in that mindset कि नहीं, अब तो छोड़ना ही है.
Right.
And when by the time 30 comes, you are basically not into sport.
Right.
So you will never understand what is recovery.
Right.
Recovery comes, it should be coming by the time you are young, so that you are smart, you put your time into recovery.
Right.
But for that you need to have a long term vision कि अगर 10 साल में खेलना है.
Right. उसको as a profession देखोगे तभी होगा. Right.
Or else by the time you are 24, 25, 26, 27, a lot of people they overlook recovery क्योंकि body automatically recover हो रहा है because you're young.
Right.
और उनको ये भी पता है कि इसके बाद और खेलने वाला हूं नहीं.
True, बिल्कुल सही.
The recovery part never comes into play.
Right.
Only a very few who know कि okay, I have to still keep on fighting, I have to still keep on performing, still keep on training.
Right.
Like they will put their mind and time and effort and money into recovery.
Recovery, right.
Like prime example, Kohli.
True.
How long do you like Kohli कब से lifting कर रहा है? कौन जानता था? नहीं कर.
True.
अभी 3-4 साल 5 साल हुआ है कुछ तो lifting करना चालू किया है.
True.
उससे पहले he was just a Delhi boy.
True. He was chilling, eating.
He was just chilling, eating and things like that.
Right.
Now he knows he has to have a longer career.
Right.
Now the recovery part comes into play in the career.
Right. True.
Not a lot of people have longevity of the career, neither money in the career to play enough to give enough attention towards recovery.
Right.
क्योंकि शॉर्ट टर्म गोल रहता है ना, लॉन्ग टर्म गोल नहीं रहता.
ट्रू, क्योंकि रोड मैप नहीं है, रोड जीत गए, अब कुछ है ही नहीं तो
अभी हाँ तो क्यों करूं या पैसा अभी खर्चा करूं, खुद को सुपरमैन बना के करूं भी क्या.
बिल्कुल सही बात.
There is no point.
Right.
And once you are a professional, you know you have a roadmap, you know you are making money, you know you are going to make money, you know you are
right. So your body has to be fit till these number of years.
Yeah.
Right.
Prime example, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Right. True.
Okay. True. Like then, recovery is very important.
Right.
Very important in the sense, your body is not the same when it's 12.
Right.
Then you hit puberty. Then the body changes.
Right.
By the time you are 18, 19, you feel like superhuman. You can do whatever and whatever.
New testosterone.
Yeah, you're like, I can do whatever.
Right.
By the time you're 24, 25, your consciousness kicks in. Oh shit, ये भी करना है, वो भी करना है. मेरा दोस्त वहाँ पे ज्यादा कमा रहा है.
Right. True.
ये यहाँ चला गया, ये फॉरेन कंट्री चला गया.
True.
मेरा कुछ नहीं हो पा रहा है. Then your consciousness kicks in.
Yeah, true. बिल्कुल.
And then your vision, which was tunnel vision, from the age of 19 to 25.
No, it's scattered.
It's scattered.
Right.
कि अभी करना क्या है? Because I am not paying enough attention in my thing. I have not made it.
Right.
Till now.
Right. So what do I do now?
What do I do now? वो problem आ जाता है.
Self doubt आ जाता है.
Self doubt आ जाता है. And then everything falls apart.
Right.
And क्या recovery करना है, क्या करना है, कुछ नहीं.
वो तो बात का हाँ सही बात है. True. Nice. So since जैसे हमने इसमें बात करा, इसमें finances play a very important role. Right. So आपका एक advice upcoming fighter, let's say fighter क्या, any athlete 18, 19, 20 who's maybe in university and he's side by side playing a sport, he sees himself doing that sport regardless of they make money or not, because most athletes in India don't make money.
Okay.
So what would your advice be to them, because like जैसे athletes को financial advices कोई नहीं देता, so I believe that it is a holistic growth. आप सिर्फ अपने sport में grow हो रहे हो, but अगर आप पैसे wise उधर के उधर ही हो तो longer run में आप grow नहीं हो रहे हो, in fact you're lacking behind.
Yeah.
So how should they smartly plan out other aspects as well?
Are you talking about MMA or just
MMA in general or
okay, let's talk about MMA.
Right, MMA.
Yeah, because I can talk about other sports also.
Right.
But then let's talk about MMA. Most of the guys who want to do MMA or are in the field of MMA are passionate people.
Right.
They are into the sport because of the passion.
Right.
They are not in the sport कि मुझे मुक्का खाना पसंद है.
Right. True.
Right. किसको मुक्का खाना पसंद है? नहीं पसंद है.
सही बात.
लेकिन you are there because you have something inside you.
Right.
कि you have something to prove to yourself or to someone or to the world or whatever it is. There is something inside you which is very different.
Right.
Being a fighter and being any other sports person is very different.
True.
You have to have that cutting edge of what it takes.
True.
To be a fighter inside you, or else like you can be any other sports person.
True. क्योंकि आप खेल रहे हो, यहाँ आप लड़ रहे हो.
हाँ, लड़ रहे हो. It's not sports. It's
right,
basically
it's fighting.
Yeah. So
True.
First of all, you are. That's the first stage of segregation. Like a lot of the guys, they get segregated there. You are passionate, and the problem with passionate people, they don't think beyond.
Right.
Like they will only think about passion.
Right.
And but how long?
Right. 2 साल 3 साल.
Passion with testosterone.
Right.
And energy and youth is a very deadly combination.
Right.
You can break a country, you can make a country. Okay. Like it's very deadly.
Right.
So that's the reason why all the wise men, they say like the youth has to be channeled the right way.
Right.
Because they don't know themselves what is going on.
Right. True.
They are doing whatever they want to do.
Right.
And we being responsible people, like if we have been there and we know the road and we know what is wrong, what is right, it should be our responsibility to show people like,
a path, right.
Yeah, at least take this.
Right.
And whatever happens, at least you will not regret.
Right, true.
Or else you can take your own path.
Right.
There will be always some other guy who will find a way, or I am very happy for those kind of guys, because I was one of those guys, like there was nothing.
Right.
We built something out of nothing.
Right, true.
There will be always someone like that.
Right.
Who will build something out of nothing.
Right.
But it's very negligible.
Right.
Very negligible.
Right.
And everyone will think like they are the one.
Right.
But when you fall short, you fall very short.
Right.
Right. Like I was very fortunate in these terms, because I started playing sport from a very young age. I played for East Zone India football.
Oh, nice.
All India University badminton. I played for Orissa State basketball. I even did diving. I did skating.
So you've been into
multiple sports.
Okay.
So
that's great.
3-day test match cricket.
Right, you played.
Yeah,
nice.
for Orissa versus Karnataka and all these things.
Nice.
I played. So, but in everything there was there are a lot of reasons why I did not continue playing, because
other sports, right?
क्योंकि family support नहीं है, and no one from my family was in the background of sports, nor we had any kind of contacts.
Right.
हर कोई हमेशा खेलने जा रहा है, मैं बेंच में बैठा हूँ, बैटिंग नहीं मिल रहा है,
True.
गधा ऐसा बैठा हुआ हूँ.
Right.
So the kid
I
back,
understand.
yeah, things like
other
that.
Factors, yeah.
Other factors come into play, and that is where I started wrestling.
Right.
And once I started wrestling, things changed for me. Like I'm like, dude, this is what is going to happen.
Right.
I'll be responsible for what happens.
Right.
मैं जाऊंगा तो मैं जाऊंगा, मैं गिरूंगा तो मैं गिरूंगा.
कोई और नहीं है इसमें.
और कोई involved नहीं है, outside factor नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है.
Right. True.
So things
अपने control में आ गया सब.
अपने control में आ गया. So yeah, so but I came from a family where education was must.
Right.
पढ़ाई करना है.
MBA तक पढ़ा आपने तो.
Yeah. So like my parents did not know I was fighting.
Okay, right.
So while I was doing my schooling, 10th class tak, I was very good at football.
Right.
And I got selected for Mohan Bagan junior team back in 2006 or 7.
Right.
And my parents were like, no, dude, you're not going because 10th exam hai.
Yeah.
Then I threw my shoes, like I cannot again go from district to state.
Right. Same process over and over.
Same process जाना है, and then you are a kid. Parents ऐसे नहीं कि मेरे पापा कोच हैं कि मुझे बताएंगे हाँ ठीक से हो सके.
True.
मुझे लगा कि opportunity गया खत्म.
True.
Right.
बिल्कुल.
Things like that happen.
Right.
फिर वहाँ से गया, फिर now I am hiding from my parents that I am playing cricket also.
Right.
फिर now
because Indian parents will say कि अभी तुम football खेल रहे थे अब
cricket खेलने लग गया. At the same point in time I was athletic कि badminton भी खेलता था, basketball खेलता था, interest नहीं था लेकिन अच्छा खेल लेता था. तो क्यों नहीं करूँ. अभी अलग-अलग यूनिवर्सिटी घूमने का मौका मिल जा रहा है. फ्री में घूम के आ रहा हूँ.
ट्रैक सूट्स मिल रहे हैं,
ट्रैक सूट मिल रहे हैं, जूता मिल रहे हैं. Everyone in the
scene knows
college
you.
knows me.
True.
And बाहर के बहुत अच्छे दोस्त बन जा रहे हैं. All these things happen. फिर till graduation everything was all right. I knew कि graduation करूँगा. After that there comes a time जब दोस्त तो placement में बैठते हैं. And तुमको placement में बैठना है या नहीं बैठना, you have to decide.
Right.
कि करना क्या है. Because placement में बैठ गया, placement हो गया. You have to go. You have to go where the placement is.
Right.
Now तुम्हारा interest है fight करना. Now you will go to कहाँ जिम में ट्रेनिंग करना है.
True.
रादर की कहाँ प्लेसमेंट हुआ है नौकरी करने जाओ.
True.
अभी मुझे प्लेसमेंट लग गया. कहाँ जाए? रायपुर में. रायपुर में कुछ नहीं है. छत्तीसगढ़ में वहाँ क्या करने जाऊँ. वहाँ जाके सुबह पहुँचता हूँ. रायपुर में गाड़ी मोटर चल रहा है. जिम से लोगों का रिश्ता नाता नहीं है.
चिल है सब कुछ.
ठेला में खा रहे हैं, ये सब चल रहा है. Like I cannot do this. 2 दिन रहा रायपुर में. I'm like नहीं मेरे से नहीं होगा बस. वापस आ गया. Then I started again practicing and my father is like, okay fine, what are you going to do now? Like all your friends are, ये आ गया time जब दोस्त लोग चले गए MBA करने के लिए, नौकरी करने के लिए.
Right.
Everyone in the town is talking कि मेरा बेटा ये कर रहा है, मेरा बेटा ये कर रहा है. everyone asks my father like, what is your son doing? My father doesn't know what to say.
Yeah, true.
Friends, my father's friend, everyone is like beta kya kar raha hai? And he has nothing to answer. And then after that he's like, okay, to whatever you're doing, I don't know what you're doing. कम से कम मेरे लिए तू एमबीए तो कर ले, तो कम से कम मेरे दोस्त पूछेंगे कि ऑफिस में क्या कर रहा है बेटा, मैं बोल सकता हूँ एमबीए कर रहा है. And I was like, okay, I also see his point of view कि okay पापा बोल रहे हैं कि एमबीए कर ले, क्योंकि he also has to be answerable because he doesn't come from a sports background family, so he will not understand, and 99% of the families in India don't come from a sports background.
True.
None of them will understand.
Right.
So एमबीए करते टाइम भी like छुप के ही ट्रेनिंग जाता था, क्योंकि like I get pocket money to study. I don't get pocket money to go and train. Go no. So if I don't get pocket money to go and train, how will I can't take a flight. अभी मुझे एक महीना 2 महीना पहले ट्रेन बुकिंग करना है, पैसे नहीं तो स्लीपर में जाना है या थर्ड एसी में जाना है, फर्स्ट सेकंड एसी, तो like that dreams नहीं हो सकते थे. And then and that is how like you start creating things like building things, getting in touch with good coaches, and getting in touch with good guys, who have the same enthusiasm, same mindset ki okay we have to do something in life in your teens, but you have to have a good plan, नहीं तो कुछ नहीं हो पाएगा. Now just or then now like I was not making money out of fighting. Very recently I started making money out of fighting. So like कुछ 3-4 साल पहले ही actual में पैसा बनाना चालू हुआ, 5 साल पहले. उससे पहले I was not making money in fighting. So just because I had education I could do a job. And now if you say what I want to say to the young guys ki how do you want to channelize all these things? So you will think everything is possible when you're young, when you're and
but education also gave you that confidence to
education कुछ नहीं हो पाएगा. Now just because I had education, I did not go for my own placement in Raipur. I could go to wherever
you wanted to.
I wanted to go in whatever gym I wanted to go, कि मैं वहाँ पे तो कुछ तो नौकरी कर ही लूँगा. And that is how I ended up in doing a job in Bangalore, and then trained in Bangalore, and from there my career starts. And
but education also gave you that confidence to.
Education always will give you confidence in no matter what you're doing in your life. It is not only about fighting, like just because I'm educated, I'm talking to you right now. At the same point of time, there might be fighters who are really good, way better than me, much better than me, but they will not be able to answer your questions because they don't have any relation between what they are doing and what they are saying and what they are thinking.
They can't.
वो ability ही नहीं है to put it all together. So so like as youngsters, focus on being educated. Education doesn't mean like school जाना है, college जाना है. Education is basically acquiring knowledge. It can be through anything and everything.
It's life basically, holistic approach.
Exactly. You have to be educated about what you're doing. You have to have knowledge about what you're doing. You have to have a plan about what you're doing.
कि road map specially कि passion तो अभी सही है, लेकिन 10 साल में करना क्या है passion से.
passion को फिर आगे लेके करना क्या है, जाना कहाँ है, कैसे project करना है. And the biggest thing I would like to say to all the guys, your coach is not always right. Okay, your coach is not always right. He might be right most of the time, but your coach is not always right. Neither your parents are always right. Neither your father is always right. Neither your mom is always right. Just like you are not always right, everyone has their own flaws.
No one is perfect.
Yeah, no one is perfect, and you have to choose the best.
जो उस टाइम पे बेस्ट
वो टाइम में जो बेस्ट अप्रोच है, जो बेस्ट तुम्हें हो सकता है या मिल सकता है, you have to choose by yourself. That only comes with experience and wisdom. You keep your mind open, keep your mindset open, and grasp as much as you want to.
बिल्कुल सही है. So one question would be like, let's say you open the door now and you walk into a room and this is a time capsule, okay? And you're meeting 12-year-old or 14-year-old yourself. So what, and you have 5 minutes with that person. So what would you tell the 14-year-old Srikanth?
Run away for 5 years and don't come back.
Okay.
Yeah, because if I knew, like my parents, they started understanding me very late in my life.
Right.
And I till then I did not have the courage to like say them what I wanted to do or whatever I was into.
Right.
And till then I did not have any courage कि okay सब छोड़ छाड़ के भाग जाऊं.
Right.
Because I was having a lot of things were going on.
Right.
Okay, and then at the same point of time, MMO was not in the scene.
Right.
Like even if I become a big guy in the country, maybe I'll not make money.
Right. True. And I'm paying from my own pocket for fights.
What's the point?
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
True.
So if I go and meet my old self, I would rather say like, कि leave everything. You had your basic education, you did your MBA, you did your job or whatever it is. Your parents are healthy, they are well to do, and you have no stress, no responsibilities. Just leave everything and go away to follow your dreams.
Like 5 years all in into yourself.
All in. Put all into it. Like gym में सो जाओ जाके, PT ले लो, पोछा मार दो, KFC में काम कर दो.
कुछ छोटा बड़ा कुछ नहीं है सब.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Nice.
Just get out. See the world.
Right.
See the world.
Right.
Your life will change.
Right.
You will have a different approach towards life.
Right. True.
Yeah.
This is a very beautiful message if you think about it with a rational mind. This is like a very good thought that you said.
Yeah.
So my last two questions.
No problem.
So one of it would be like, since a lot of people just take up fights in our profession, कि कोई किसी से भी लड़ लेता, कोई background check नहीं करता. अभी let's say someone gets a call कि okay there is दागिस्तान में fight, you want to do your MMA debut, kids are all in कि हाँ 15,000 मिलेगा, हाँ चलेंगे. वहाँ जाके they get to know they are fighting someone who has had 20 professional fights and maybe they're coming back from an injury and you're just in that show. So ऐसे how does a fighter be smart about it and in terms of like which organization to fight in and not do things blindly? So
forget about smart fighter. First of all, you have to be a smart human being in your daily life.
Right.
If you're not a smart human being in your daily life, it doesn't matter what you do, you will half-ass it.
Right.
You will not do it completely and
point.
Yeah, there is no point in it.
True.
Right. First of all, educate yourself.
Right.
Be a smart human being.
Right.
And then be smart about what you're doing.
Right.
And then if you are going into a field, get into the field, research about it.
Right.
Get in touch with the who's who of that field,
right,
so that you get to learn from the best of the guys,
right,
and your mentors are best, your coaches are the best,
right,
and then you have a best knowledge about what is going on.
Right.
Like even if I'm doing this, where am I leading myself to?
Right.
5 years down the line, what I am going to do? 10 years down the line, what I am going to do?
Right.
If some shit happens,
then what will I do?
Then what will I do? This is all educating yourself.
Right.
And it's not about doubting yourself.
Right.
Reconfirmation is always better than doubting.
Right.
Right. If you reconfirm yourself, okay, no, this is not the right way.
Right.
Maybe go this way. But your
end goal is same.
End goal is same.
Right.
Maybe in between you might have to do some kind of different approach.
Right.
But for that you have to be smart enough to understand. Okay, this is wrong.
Right.
This is right.
Right.
It's not like okay, this is right. I have to go this no matter what happens.
Right.
Then there will be sometime there will be a wall and it will be banging your head all your life. Nothing is going to happen.
Right.
Right.
So
in those terms, you have to be really very smart about what
decisions that you make, and not just because if it's not working for you, why should you waste time and energy into it?
So in those terms, you have to be a smart human being.
Right.
Now you are a smart human being.
Right.
Rest all the other things becomes easy.
Right.
You finding a smart coach is easy because you understand.
Right, true.
Now you know what you want to do. Now you will find facilities for that.
Right.
Now you know, okay, I'm going to fight. Now you know you're going to fight this guy, that guy. You are already a smart person who has studied the opponent.
Right.
Your coach has studied the opponent because he is also a smart person.
Right.
Your life becomes way easier.
Right, true.
Right. Now when you're doing better in your life, your family becomes easy. Like,
right.
Your parents are like, okay,
right.
He's good. What are you doing?
Right.
He's making money.
He's making
he
knows what he's doing.
हाँ, लोग पहचानते हैं. Now things are easier.
Right.
So in those way, everything becomes easy. Just the day you become smart about what you do.
Right.
You cannot be
half-assing it. Or
you cannot. You cannot. If you are half-assing it, MMA is basically not the sport
for you.
half-ass.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
Just better go do fishing.
Right.
Maybe एक आ जाएगा या एक नहीं आएगा.
True.
लेकिन खुद का नुकसान तो नहीं होगा. यहाँ तो नुकसान ही नुकसान होगा.
बिल्कुल सही.
So one thing is that काफी सारे पेरेंट्स या बच्चे या जिनको MMA के बारे में जो एजुकेटेड नहीं है, they feel कि अगर हम अपने बच्चे को कॉम्बैट स्पोर्ट्स में डालते हैं तो ये लड़ाई करेगा या he might be a threat to the society. जबकि reality is completely the opposite, right? तो आप इस बारे में क्या बताना चाहेंगे लोगों को? Because a lot of people just think कि अगर मैं इसको बैडमिंटन या कोई और स्पोर्ट खिलाऊं तो it's a physical activity, but अगर मैं उसको किसी भी कॉम्बैट स्पोर्ट में डाल रहा हूँ, स्पेशली MMA, मुआय थाई, किक बॉक्सिंग, रेसलिंग, तो एक गुंडे जैसी वाइब समझते हैं स्कूल में बच्चे स्पेशली. सो व्हाट वुड योर आउटलुक बी?
First of all, don't let your kid don't decide what you want your kid to do.
Right.
Let them decide what they want to do. But with time, maybe they will have no interest in sports anymore. Maybe you'll turn up to a very good programmer. You never know.
Right.
So yeah, and even if you're giving a special set of things to your kid, like okay, you want to do fighting, you want to do taekwondo, this, that, and all. Nowadays, the parents are really educated about this whole scenario. I would like all the parents not to force their child to do whatever they want their child to do.
Right.
Because everyone will find their own way. Like I started playing football, cricket, did this, did that, went there, did something, but at the end of the day, I ended up in fighting.
Right.
That is what I chose to do.
Right.
But there will be kids who will be playing cricket, but they will be tall, with big palms. The whole point is like kids have a lot of energy, and that energy has to go out.
Channelize.
Yeah, it has to channelize, and it can only channelize through other kids or other people who have the same energy. You being a 50-year-old guy, you cannot match up to the energy of a 10-year-old kid. It is impossible. That is why, what is playing? Naturally, all the animals play.
Right.
As soon as you are born and you are growing, you start playing. Why playing is there in the habits of all the animals? What is the science behind it?
They're expressing their energy.
Yes, that is the way of nature showing you a way to express your energy.
True.
And if you are constraining someone of not letting that energy out, you're doing a big mistake.
True.
Like it can go anywhere.
Right.
If it doesn't go out the way the kid wants,
Yeah.
The kid will let that energy out in the house or on someone or somewhere or something in the mind will go wrong.
True.
Or something in the body will go wrong or something in the psychology will go wrong.
But it will definitely do
It
something.
will.
Right.
The energy is there. It has to go somewhere.
Right.
That's the basic science of energy.
Bilkul.
If it is there, it has to go somewhere.
Right.
Like it's better to channelize it in the right way
Right.
rather than in the wrong way.
Right.
And martial art is a very nice way. You know why? Because kids they don't understand what being humble is.
Right. True.
Martial art will only provide you a space,
Right.
platform where your kids are being disciplined in the right ways.
Right.
अभी बाहर में कोई किसको लाफा मार दिया केस हो गया.
True.
In the same point of time, your kid is getting beaten up by someone in the gym in a very controlled environment.
Bilkul.
Now he understands what violence is.
Right.
Now he understands कि fight करना अच्छा है ना खराब है.
True.
Now he understands कि problem हो सकता है, गलती हो सकता है.
True.
ये सब नहीं करना चाहिए.
And he also knows physically वो dominate हुआ है तो he also knows कि किसी को नहीं करना होगा.
नहीं
How
कर.
you feel. Right.
Yes.
Right.
Like मैं ऐसे feel कर रहा हूँ. If there is a need to help someone, I might use this force.
Right.
And if there is no need of using this, I will not use this force because
right.
this is catastrophic.
Right. True.
And your coach teaches you from the very day one.
Right.
And because you do some mistakes and किसका उंगली टूट गया, किसका हाथ
True.
टूट गया,
True.
and you'll feel guilty about it for the rest of 2-3
Right.
months,
Right.
whatever it is. Now you are very careful about things.
Right. Right.
कि नहीं बहुत जल्दी टूट
Injury
जाता
नहीं
है,
देना.
इंजरी हो जा रहा है,
बिल्कुल.
ये कट जा रहा है, फूट जा रहा है.
बिल्कुल.
And with this process you learn a lot about human body science,
Right.
physiology, psychology,
Right.
and you become a very different person. That's why I say like martial art is different, all the other sport is different.
Right, because it grows you as a person, like you become a bigger person naturally.
Yeah, you become a different person, psychologically, physically, mentally.
Right.
Your day-to-day outlook of the world is different.
Right.
So yeah, so I would suggest all the parents like ki if there is your kid is energetic, put him into martial art.
Right. Any martial art.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He has to become pro कि boxing कर रहा था boxer बन जाए.
Right.
It doesn't have to be that.
But वो उसको as a skill भी सीखे तो he'll learn.
Skill सीख गया, खुद को बचा लिया.
Right.
Society के लिए भी कुछ अच्छा हो गया.
Right. True.
Now he understands how to control energy.
Right.
Now he is also humble. क्योंकि हाँ मैं मार रहा हूँ, मेरे को मारने वाले भी हैं यहाँ पे.
और सबसे बड़ी बात ये humbleness है क्योंकि what I've seen in other sports is जैसे as athletes, professional athletes, सबका एक मेंटल ईगो होता है कि आप खुद को पुश करते हो और यू हैव टू बिलीव यू आर द बेस्ट. बट मार्शल आर्ट्स और अदर स्पोर्ट्स से डिफरेंस मैंने देखा है कि लोगों का बाकी स्पोर्ट्स में ना इन्फ्लेटेड ईगो होता है. जस्ट बिकॉज यू आर गुड ऑन द हॉकी फील्ड डजंट मीन दैट आपको कोई पीट नहीं सकता. बट उनका मेंटालिटी वैसा है. लेकिन मार्शल आर्टिस्ट को द मोमेंट दे कम आउट ऑफ द मैट और द रिंग और द केज,
बेसिकली रॉ इन द फील्ड फाइटिंग समवन.
ट्रू.
एंड उससे रॉ कुछ नहीं हो सकता.
और आप बहुत रियल रहते हो. तो जैसे मैंने बहुत ही रेयरली फाइटर्स को देखा होगा जो बुलीज होंगे. Mostly bullies are non-fighters. They don't know how to fight, so they assume that they can.
Once they get beaten up, they
It's a
understand.
whole different ball game. Yeah. Then तो ego comes crashing down.
पूरा.
ये तो है. So this is martial art is something, guys, that it's violence and you're learning it to be a better human being and not to, make society a disastrous place to be in. So thank you so much, Srikanth. It was an absolute pleasure talking to you and the valuable knowledge that you gave. And all the very best for your upcoming endeavors.
Thank you very much. December 15, Bahrain.
December 15, Brave, Bahrain, and Srikanth is going to kill it.
Yeah.